South Africa's political landscape is changing. A new force is emerging, fueled by Zulu nationalism. This force, led by former President Jacob Zuma, is shaking things up. Zuma's newly formed MK party is tapping into a deep well of cultural identity. It is drawing strength from the history and traditions of the Zulu people. This movement has sent ripples through South Africa's political establishment. The African National Congress, the long-dominant party, is facing a new challenge. The rise of the MK party is not just a political event, it is a cultural phenomenon. It speaks to the enduring power of identity and tradition in South Africa. The country is grappling with its complex history and the legacy of apartheid. In this context, the MK party's message resonates with many. It offers a vision of political representation rooted in Zulu heritage. This message has found fertile ground, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, the heartland of the Zulu nation. Zuma, a charismatic and controversial figure, is at the heart of this movement. He understands the power of symbolism and rhetoric. He skillfully weaves together historical narratives and contemporary grievances. His rallies are vibrant displays of Zulu culture, featuring traditional attire, music, and dance. These gatherings are not just political events, they are cultural celebrations. They serve to unite supporters under a shared identity. The emergence of the MK party has injected a new element of unpredictability into South African politics. It remains to be seen how this movement will reshape the political landscape. Will it fracture the ANC's dominance? Will it lead to a realignment of political forces? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the rise of Zulu nationalism embodied in the MK party is a force to be reckoned with. It is a sign of the shifting sands in South African politics. Zulu nationalism is not a new phenomenon. It has deep roots in South African history and culture. The Zulu kingdom, under the leadership of King Shaka, rose to prominence in the 19th century. Shaka's military prowess and political acumen unified disparate Zulu clans into a powerful nation. The Zulu kingdom fiercely resisted British colonialism, etching its mark on the South African consciousness. The legacy of Shaka and the Zulu kingdom continues to inspire a sense of pride and identity. This historical narrative is central to Zulu nationalism. It provides a powerful foundation for contemporary political mobilization. The MK party draws heavily on this historical imagery, invoking the spirit of Shaka and the legacy of Zulu resistance. During the apartheid era, Zulu identity became a double-edged sword. The apartheid government exploited ethnic divisions to maintain control. The Inkatha Freedom Party, a Zulu nationalist party, was often pitted against the ANC. This period saw violent clashes between supporters of the two parties. These divisions left deep scars on the political landscape. Despite the complexities of its past, Zulu nationalism remains a potent force. It speaks to a yearning for recognition and representation. It taps into a deep well of cultural pride and historical memory. The MK party is skillfully navigating this complex terrain. It is harnessing the power of Zulu nationalism to advance its political agenda. Jacob Zuma's MK party is a relatively new entrant in South African politics. The party's name, MK, is an abbreviation of Umkhonto we Sizwe, the armed wing of the ANC during the struggle against apartheid. This choice of name is deliberate. It seeks to tap into the legacy of the liberation struggle and position the MK party as the true inheritor of the ANC's mantle. The MK party's platform centers around economic empowerment, social justice, and the promotion of Zulu culture and language. It criticizes the ANC for failing to deliver on its promises of economic equality and social upliftment. The MK party positions itself as a champion of the marginalized and a defender of Zulu interests. Zuma, a master strategist, is acutely aware of the power of symbolism and spectacle. His rallies are carefully choreographed events designed to evoke strong emotions and reinforce a sense of shared identity. Traditional Zulu attire, music, and dance are prominent features of these gatherings. Zuma's speeches are often fiery and impassioned, skillfully blending historical narratives with contemporary grievances. The MK party's emergence has sent shockwaves through South Africa's political establishment. The ANC, long accustomed to dominance, now faces a formidable challenger. The MK party's appeal extends beyond the Zulu heartland. It has attracted support from other ethnic groups disillusioned with the ANC's perceived failures. Section 4. The Zulu Factor, MK's political strategy. The MK party's political strategy hinges on mobilizing Zulu voters. KwaZulu-Natal, the most populous province in South Africa, is home to a large concentration of Zulu people. The MK party has focused its efforts on winning over this crucial constituency. Zuma's personal popularity in the region, combined with the party's emphasis on Zulu identity, has proven to be a potent electoral force. The MK party's rallies in KwaZulu-Natal are often massive gatherings, drawing tens of thousands of supporters. These events are infused with traditional Zulu elements, creating a festive atmosphere that fosters a sense of unity and shared purpose. Zuma's speeches at these rallies are tailored to resonate with local concerns and aspirations. He emphasizes the importance of preserving Zulu culture and language, while also addressing issues such as unemployment, poverty, and land reform. The MK party's strategy goes beyond simply appealing to Zulu identity. It also seeks to exploit existing divisions within the ANC. The party has actively courted disgruntled ANC members, particularly those who feel marginalized or overlooked by the party's current leadership. This strategy has yielded some success, as several prominent ANC figures have defected to the MK party. The MK party's focus on Zulu voters has sparked debate about the role of ethnicity in South African politics. Some critics accuse the party of promoting ethnic divisions and undermining national unity. However, the MK party maintains that it is simply advocating for the interests of a marginalized community. Section 5. A nation divided? MK's influence on voters. The MK party's rise has ignited a national conversation about the role of ethnicity and identity in South African politics. The party's appeal to Zulu voters has raised concerns about the potential for increased ethnic tensions. Some observers fear that the MK party's rhetoric could exacerbate existing divisions and undermine social cohesion. However, the MK party's supporters argue that the party is simply giving a voice to a community that has long felt marginalized. They contend that the ANC has taken Zulu voters for granted, failing to address their specific needs and concerns. The MK party, they believe, offers a viable alternative that prioritizes the interests of the Zulu people. The MK party's influence on voters extends beyond the Zulu community. The party's message of economic empowerment and social justice has resonated with South Africans from all walks of life. Many voters, disillusioned with the ANC's perceived failures, are drawn to the MK party's promise of change. The MK party's electoral success will depend on its ability to broaden its appeal beyond its core Zulu constituency. The party must convince voters from other ethnic groups that it is capable of governing in the national interest. This will require a delicate balancing act, as the party seeks to maintain its Zulu base while also reaching out to a wider electorate. Section 6. The road ahead. Implications for South African politics. The emergence of the MK party has injected a new element of uncertainty into South African politics. The party's electoral success, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, has shaken the ANC's long-held dominance. The MK party's continued growth could have significant implications for the future of South African politics. One potential outcome is a fragmentation of the political landscape. The MK party's success could embolden other regional or ethnic parties to challenge the ANC's hegemony. This could lead to a more fractured and volatile political system, with no single party able to command a clear majority. Another possibility is a realignment of political forces. The MK party's rise could force the ANC to reevaluate its policies and priorities. The ANC may need to adopt a more inclusive approach, addressing the concerns of marginalized communities, in order to counter the MK party's appeal. The MK party's emergence also raises questions about the future of Zulu nationalism. Will the party's success translate into greater recognition and empowerment for the Zulu people? Or will it exacerbate ethnic tensions and undermine national unity? The road ahead for South African politics is uncertain. The MK party's rise has introduced a new dynamic, challenging the established order and raising fundamental questions about identity, representation, and the future of the nation. Only time will tell how these forces will play out and what the ultimate impact of the MK party will be on the South African political landscape.